of a lot of games come out this last year, and there's been a lot of games which have been delayed from this last year and now coming out this year. I'm trying. But so we'll start with Mark Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
You're up first. You lost the rock paper scissors before the show, so you're up first. Give us a rundown of your best game of 2015.
My best game of 2015 was an unorthodox pick of Heroes of the Storm by Blizzard Entertainment. Have you guys played or know what that is?
No.
That's fair. It's biggish, so I don't feel too bad on this one. It's not my usual Nintendo pick, so I'm up there okay this time.
Admittedly, I'm saying that I haven't really seen it. I've heard of it, but I haven't really seen any footage of it, in all honesty.
Okay, well, just for those who haven't played it or don't really know what it is overall, Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard Entertainment's hand at making a MOBA, which is the current big esports game at the moment, or type of game, where it's a bit like RTS, but you've got 5-on-5 teams of people playing on a point-and-click map, but the idea is that you're working with your base against an enemy base, and you've got your own minions and stuff spawning and towers and things like that, but you control your hero with their own set of abilities and whatnot, and basically you'll contest for XP items and whatever in MOBAs just to beat the other team and destroy their base. That's the general gist of a MOBA. Very popular ones at the moment, like Dawn of the Ancients 2, League of Legends, Smite, things like that. They're all kind of have their own spin on it. But Heroes of the Storm is a bit of a simpler one. So the idea behind it is that every Blizzard character ideally could be in this game. So
even ones from World of Warcraft and everything like that could be brought across into this one.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because obviously with the new film coming out, obviously they're trying to build it, trying to get the World of Warcraft franchise into other areas. So it would be interesting if they try and brought it into the Heroes of the Storm. Now, obviously with MOBAs, my reason why I don't think I've really even got into them was I'm actually quite intimidated by them.
Okay.
And I think League of Legends is obviously one of the ones which is and it seems so strategic in the way of approach that it almost overwhelms me a little bit.
It's a very hard one to get into. I was talking to Tom earlier and saying that I only got into Heroes of the Storm because some of the guys who I go to a lot of Street Fighter tournaments with and whatnot and play with, they were really into it for a time, and I was like, MOBAs, no, I can't be doing with that, not my cup of tea. And I was either ill or hurt my foot or something. I had a week off work, and they were all banging on about it all the time, saying, oh, you need to get on this. I'm like, okay, I'll play then. How do I get into this now? And it was before it was released, so it was during beta, where you could get an invite to the beta to play it, or you could pay 30 quid to get a beta invite and unlock 3 of the characters. And I caved in and bought it, because I was just sat there and I'm like, go on then, I'm here, why not? And I managed to play it enough in that week that it was worth the 30 quid. I was happy enough, but it was crazy how into the game you could get in that short period of time just because it's team-based. The thing that sets, I'm going to call it HOTS, just to shorten the name, down. The thing that makes HOTS different to other MOBAs is it's generally seen as the easy one, so it's a bit shorter than other MOBAs, because just to bring it into context, a match on Dota 2, so Dawn of the Ancients, can last up to an hour just for one game, depending on how well both teams are playing defensively or anything like that. Ideally, I don't think it should. I think you probably average down to about half-an-hour matches, but HOTS is always 20 mins or less because of the way it's kind of built. It can't really last any longer unless you literally all let go of your mouse and keyboard, because it's just going to push automatically for you.
Have you played then League of Legends and Dota and things like that?
I've played Dota, but I played them after I played HOTS, so I tried learning them, and they're a lot harder, because I think, like you say, that's the hard part for MOBAs getting into them, is that there's a lot there. I don't play real-time strategy games where I was never big into, Command and Conquer or Warcraft, Starcraft, anything like that. I've owned a few of them, but I've just never really kind of clicked with them. Even the Civ games or anything like that, just not really my bag at the moment. But a lot of people who play these generally do like those kind of games because they are that kind of strategic style of play. There's a skill element as well of how quickly you can, maneuver your characters around and stuff. But overall, it's more about teamwork and actually making a play on something. So if you think constantly you've got 5 call them forts or anything like that constantly shoot enemies if they get near them, and you've always got spawning waves of like minions on your side, and the same on the enemy side. And if you don't do anything, both sides of these waves will just fight each other in the middle, neutral, and nothing would happen. As long as your team like kills some of their minions, your minions will walk towards their fort. They'll die, but they'll keep attacking the fort, and over time, they'll wear away at it. So the whole idea in the game is to kind of keep pushing like into their base and going there, but also not dying, because when you die, you give experience to the other team players and things like that, which obviously makes them stronger, and you're going to struggle then. But also you're away from the game for a set period of time then, which gets longer as the game goes on. So one of the big parts of the game, which I absolutely love in HOTS, is team fights. So that's where, like, if the game was just team fights, I'd probably still play it, because I like that kind of just team-based gameplay. So I know you're playing loads of like Rainbow Six recently and stuff like that, and team-based games are good because it's the idea of making the player like, okay, you scout over there, I'm going to do this, and you set up the idea. In this, you've got like lanes where it's all happening. So you might say, right, you two go top, I'm going to go bottom, other two go mid, and then you keep your eye on your mini-map and you say, okay, wait, they're coming in there, they must be doing this, let's sneak around and try and like do a pincer attack on them here and have a team fight and stuff. But all the different heroes have such crazy different abilities. Like you said, Warcraft heroes are in the game, so you've got like Jaina the Mage, who's like doing all the spells and things. You've got Diablo, the Lord of Terror from the Diablo series and stuff. He's rocking in there, or she if it's the later game. You've got a really old game. It's the only one that's like its own series of the Lost Vikings. I don't know if you ever played that for like the Mega Drive or anything, or the Atari. Ridiculous game but in this game you play as 3 characters pretty much, controlling them all on screen, and that's just like something again mental. All the StarCraft heroes are in there, and it just makes it really quite fun and interesting. But it's that kind of digestible match where it's not like CS:GO or something like that, where it's literally the skill cap is so big that if you are bad, it's apparent like immediately. In this game, as long as you know the basics and you're not a hindrance, you can actually still quite get good at like playing the game. So
I'm still worried that I won't be able to do it.
we'll do an AlwayzGamezTV one, and we'll get all 5 of us to play it.
Roger
we'll get Carl in or
crap. So when did that actually release then?
June this year. That came out officially.
So no, what I'm talking about is if it is okay for people to sort of be able to get into, who are not have any previous experience with MOBAs and things like that, I probably would be interested to take a go. And it's just literally it's getting over that sort of hurdle to do it, and it's sort of that. It literally it's like League of Legends and Smite and things like that, which are just really people are really into it and they're really good at it. And I just find that I don't know if it's sort of like that worry of like, I don't want to be crap.
Yeah,
I don't want to show myself up. But all right, no, I might actually have to take a look at that in 2016. Then if it's one which is newbie friendly.
Well, it's all free to play. Everything in that game you can unlock just from playing it more. There's nothing other than like skins and stuff like that that's actually behind a pay barrier. So it's very easy for anyone to pick up and just give it a go, even if you don't like it. You just download it.
Oh, it's free to play, and you pay £30 for the beta.
Yeah, I got free heroes.
Hey, I'm not judging. You know. No worries. Okay. You get some free stuff with that then.
I got free heroes and free costumes, and they're not very good.
Nice.
That's great, because then shortly afterwards, a friend of mine who was playing it got their email saying, here's 2 free passes, invite someone to the game. And I'm like, that'd have been great a week ago.
I'd be like, sell them.
Yeah.
Ooh, back then, that was the big thing. Like, that was the same time that I think it might have been the Super Smash Brothers demo was out, and this was a time when everyone who got codes for anything, they never played them. They just sold them. People pay stupid money, like beta codes for Street Fighter 5. It's like 50 quid for something you got for free to trial for a day.
Well, I'm still waiting for my Doom beta, which I bought when I got Wolfenstein. So I'll sell you it if you want.
Yeah,
it's a good deal.
Quid for you, sir, when I get it. We know how to get some money out of that.
Yeah,
Right, so, Heroes of the Storm. Matt Stevens game 2015.
Yeah.
Over to... Oh, there we go.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
So, game of 2015 for you, sir.
Game of 2015 is going to be Witcher 3. So, I was new to the franchise. I've not played the previous ones, so it was completely different. Didn't really know what to expect too much of it. It was very close. I did enjoy Dying Light.
I
However,
think a lot of people forget that it actually came out in 2015 because it came out so early that I think it was kind of the situation was that I think people just literally forgot about it because so much came out much later on in the year.
yeah, but Witcher for me just had everything in it, and it a bit of a corny one, but it's the game that keeps on giving. It's like even the expansion pack to it. It's made me want to pick it all up again and start from fresh and just kick on with it. Just fantastic experience. I played it hours on end. Didn't really put the controller down when I was playing it, and that to me is obviously a sign of a fantastic game, really.
Also, with The Witcher, I think I got used to a little bit of like Batman Arkham Asylum and Far Cry and Watch Dogs. Was their style of open world was very much Ubisoft and stuff, but is the map is closed off to you, and then certain sections to unlock those you have to go find a tower or some form of point, do something there which then would unlock all the missions in that area, and it was slowly, so then the map would then eventually unlock as you went around, but you pretty much did exactly the same thing. But with The Witcher 3, it was all open to you.
Yeah.
And you would explore that steadily, and it was a big map, but you would find that you'd actually go into those areas much more just by your own curiosity and doing missions and things like that.
Yeah.
And it sort of unlocked the map in a much organic way.
Yeah.
Whereas I found with like some of the other games, Assassin's Creed for one as well, like you go up and you do the eagle vision and it unlocks a certain section of the map, and you just feel like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. But you are right, The Witcher 3 just literally, I think it just got it right. It felt very natural. It just flowed really nice.
It got to the point where I was playing side quests and I didn't actually know if I was on the main mission, or because they were so large, the side quests, and I was going off doing those, that you think, wow, I've done hours of gameplay and it's just a little tick in the box, but can you go back to the main quest now because you've just scratched the surface of this game? Mm-hmm. So yeah, fantastic game for me. Really, really enjoyed it.
Well, 2015 game for Luke Gocher, Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt. And now, a question, have you played the DLC?
Yes.
See, I bought it last week, but a few weeks before that, I started the Game Plus mode, not realising you have to be at level 30 on the normal mode to play the DLC. If you play the Game Plus mode, you have to be level 60. I'm like, another 8 hours, 10 hours of gameplay to wait till I play that DLC. That's going to be amazing when I get to it. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, for myself, again, it's Witcher 3. I started the year, like you say, with Dying Light. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was Mirror's Edge sort of style of gameplay, but with zombies, which makes it even better. And when I played Witcher 1, and I played a bit of Witcher 2, and so when Witcher 3 came out, I didn't pre-order it or anything. I didn't even get it on day of launch. Eventually, after about a week, I went and got it. And thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the story. How it flowed, like I said before, the open worldness just flows really, really organically. But even after I'd completed it, I still felt like, oh, not to worry, because I've still got Metal Gear Solid to wait for. Oh, Metal Gear Solid's on the horizon, Battlefront's on the horizon, Witcher 3 was good, but wait till they come out. That's going to be amazing. And then Metal Gear Solid came out. Good game, really good, fantastic open world, works really well. I personally don't think it's finished. It came out, the story was poor, I never completed it. I've completed every single Metal Gear Solid that's come out. Even the Metal Gear Solid Acid on Game Boy Color, or something like that.
Acid was PSP.
It was PSP even, sorry, yeah. And then it was the Gaiden one on Game Boy Color as well. I think it was called Metal Gear Gaiden.
Yeah, I think so. That was the Game Boy Color.
Even completed those ones, and they weren't amazing. And I got about halfway through, I think, on Metal Gear Phantom Pain. I got bored. I was so bored. It was good. The gameplay worked really well. Getting into bases and out of bases, choosing your own path. I'm still going to go back to it and play it again. But what disappointed me with the story, it forces you to replay missions that you've already done. You could tell at the end that they'd been rushed by Konami to get it out the door. And it was just a disappointment. And I probably will eventually go back and complete it, but it kind of left a massive bitter taste, which just... And so then at that point, once I completed, I went, oh, not to worry, Battlefront's on the horizon, it's nearly here. Yay! Played Star Wars Battlefront. Great game. Really good. Visually amazing. Just no comment. Which is a little bit of disappointment. Great game. Works really well. Star Wars. Love it. Sound effects. Music. Wonderful game. I just wish there was more of it.
Do you think they rushed it with the film and everything coming up? And do you think it was a bit of a, we've got to push this forward and get it out?
Probably.
Like a cash grab.
Say again?
Like a cash grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it seemed to have a quick development time.
Have you seen the season pass as well?
Yeah, was it 60 quid or something for that?
Yeah.
40?
What do you mean you don't want to pay £110 in total for a video game?
If I got early access.
What costumes do you get, though?
Well, this is it. Do I get the white Vader cape this time?
This is the other thing, like with Star Wars, it's like customization. They're like full customization for your character. Beard, no beard. You're like
16.
Okay, a woman with hair in ponytail, hair in bun. It's like not really customized. It was so poorly done. The gameplay is real. I enjoy it. I really enjoy the gameplay. I love the Walker Assault on Hoth. Amazing gameplay. I enjoy it for short rounds. If I play 2 or 3 rounds, come off, done, and then play it with Tom, and then Tom gets really, really angry. Don't you?
And then I don't like it.
And then, what was the insult you were shouting out across? If someone shoots me again, I'm going to rip their eyebrows off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was quite extending that. But I can see the frustration in it, especially because, like yourself, Tom, you're much more, I'd say, more of a Twitch-based shooter. You're very good at Call of Duty.
No, I'm not. I went on Call of Duty a while ago, and I was so bad.
You're much better than me, but
I'm not.
It's more the casuals first-person shooter.
I like Siege.
Yeah, Siege is good. Siege is really good.
Yeah.
But it's more what I say Battlefront. It's more the. It's more made for the wider audience. It's good for dropping in, dropping out. It's not very good for squad based. It would be better if they had introduced more of a squad based system and be more tactical. That would be amazing. But it just doesn't work. The one thing that Rainbow Six Siege done really well is that you clicked queue and then it puts everybody in the same queue, so then it fills up the matches. But the problem is further down the line with Battlefront is there's so many different options and different modes that you can play. It's going to thin out the player base, which eventually means that you're going to be waiting in a queue all the time, just clicking over. So
I love how we've moved from Game of the Year to the game I hate the most of 2015.
It's most disappointed moment of the year.
So, hang on, back to Witcher 3. What were you...
So coming back to that, so then it was like, I eventually sat down and thought, well, what was my game of the year? And it was like, well, it was the game of the year was the one I was actually least excited to play, or AAA game that I was least excited to play. And sort of got it because there wasn't a lot out. So I was like, and it ended up coming around that actually Witcher 3 was absolutely fantastic. It's sort of, it made me go back to watch like Lord of the Rings again, that fantasy-based world. The combat in it is fantastic. It's very fluid. A little bit glitchy on occasions.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's fun though. Some fun moments.
Some brilliant screenshots taken on that game.
My horse just like ploughed into a mountain at one point. I'd imagine. But yeah, it's a good game. So my game of the year for 2015 has to be Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and eventually I will get around to the DLC. Someday, when I hit level 60. So, over to you, Tom. What is your game of 2015?
My game of the year caught me a bit by surprise, actually. I thought it was going to be Fallout 4 all the way, because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But really, it's Tales from the Borderlands, or Tales of the Borderlands? Tales from the Borderlands. It's one of them.
It had Telltales in it, and it was Borderlands.
Yeah. It's like watching a film, but an interactive film. It's not much gameplay, but it is so entertaining, and I really, really enjoyed it for the story mainly, which a lot of these modern games are missing, like Siege, Battlefront.
Missing the single player aspect of it. So have you played any of the? Yeah, have you played? That's just generally across the board storyline. It's like they just need a story, which is good. Where was I? Oh yeah. So have you played any of the previous Telltale games?
I played like one episode of The Walking Dead, but it didn't really. I did like it, but I kind of got stuck. I think somewhere. I can't remember how or why. It might have glitched, and then anyway. So that's about it, really. I haven't really tried any of the others.
So, what brought you to play the Telltales of the Borderlands then?
I like Borderlands.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough.
But no, the
I've
story's
only-
great.
I've
Basically
only
play as
played-
2 main characters.
Now you played Game of Thrones.
I've played all their franchise, but Borderlands, I was just about to add to that. That's the only one that I've only played 2 episodes of, and I've still not finished it. Like I've not had the urge to pick it back up and go after it. Whereas, like Roger said, Game of Thrones done, Walking Dead 1 and 2 done. I was even going to say I wanted to do Until Dawn, which is similar, obviously not the same, but similar, where it's very, you're sort of watching and you're sort of a viewer rather than an actual gamer for a lot of it. But I enjoyed that more. But I think by the sounds of things, I need to probably get back onto Borderlands for like more the humour-based stuff of it.
Well, Until Dawn was much more serious. It's like, it was very Heavy Rain-esque and Beyond Two Souls, Mark.
You had Heavy Rain already.
Yeah, you knew I was going straight away.
That is press X to Jason.
Jason!
Yeah.
Jason!
So I did try the Game of Thrones one, but I only got about halfway through the first episode, and I didn't really get into it.
It's the end
disappointing.
of the first episode you want.
It's really disappointing. Now I've finished it. I was expecting a lot more.
So, for somebody who hasn't played like the Borderlands, like previous first-person shooters, how did you need to have played those to get into the Telltale version? Because I've got the game of Telltale, I just haven't really sort of played it. But
No.
Well, have previous experience.
A lot. Sort of, it'd help. You don't have to, but it would help because a lot of the characters, in fact, most of them are actually in the previous games. There's characters from all 3 previous games, actually, in Telltale.
Do you find references back to situations that have happened before then?
Oh, yeah. I think it's set just after Borderlands 2, actually. I can't really go into it without sort of spoiling the story. But
because
it is
that's
very
one of the
good.
hardest things with the Telltale games. It's very story-driven games. Is like you want to give like examples of certain areas of what were amazing. I just remember the fake shooting bit. That was good. I remember you showing me the video of that. That was freaking awesome. That was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it's really hard to explain and sort of give context to these games without actually ruining an aspect of the story.
That's all it is story.
Yeah,
with slight interaction. Well, there's lots of diverging paths that you can take as well. It's not all like one path, if that makes sense.
It'd be interesting to see where they go now, because obviously they've tied up Borderlands, they've tied up Game of Thrones. Did they say they were going to do a DC?
Actually, they're doing. Aren't they doing Minecraft?
Minecraft's on episode
Yes.
Minecraft,
3.
yeah, God, I forgot all about
Oh, no. That's it. I'm out.
It's been going. I actually was looking on the Steam sale and I thought, wait, it's on episode 2 or 3 now. And I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't know how you can string together a story out of this. It's going to appeal to someone. But
Well, that is one surprise. I was actually quite shocked that Luke didn't choose Minecraft for PS4 Game of the Year.
What, for my looking forward to in 2016?
Just when I went around to your house the other night and it was just on the kitchen table, and I'm like, he's still freaking got it!
No, it's actually sold.
It's all,
I've sold Minecraft.
Ah.
wait, how did
That's
you have
shocking.
Minecraft?
It came with the PS4.
It came with the box.
Look, we all like to experiment. That was an experiment that went seriously wrong.
Punching
That-
trees.
That got 10 minutes in my PlayStation, and that includes the loading time and the installation.
I got to admit, it's not the sort of game that I can imagine you playing.
No. No.
It's good though, I like it. I like Minecraft. It's good.
Each to their own, eh? Hey, Telltale will be really good for you.
Anywho, so for your game of 2015, Tom Simpson, Borderlands, Tales of Borderland,
Yep.
Did I get tile again?
I don't know. Is that a Fallout 4? But I'm going to stick with Borderlands.
That'll be the title of your section for Game of the Year, Tom Simpson, not Fallout 4.
But maybe.
So why? Actually, that's interesting. Why not Fallout 4? Why haven't you gone with that? Because you're a big Fallout 4 guy. You know, you love your Fallout 3. You're really excited for Fallout 4.
Yeah. I don't really have a choice on that matter. Well, I do.
It came out.
I don't know. There's something about Borderlands that I preferred.
Is it because Fallout 4 is very similar to Fallout 3, whereas Tales from the Borderlands is something actually like new for you this year?
It could be, yeah. I've not really played anything like Tales from the Borderlands, and Fallout 4 is a massive upgrade, but it is similar gameplay, if that makes sense.
I have to admit, Fallout 4 is good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't really completed much of it, but I've got about 10 hours in, something like that.
I've completed one of the story arcs.
How many hours have you got in again?
A lot.
Yeah.
How much?
A lot.
I ain't seen you at work.
Where?
No, it's kind of with Fallout 4. Like I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head there, Mark. It's very much like Fallout 3. Better than Fallout 3, but just more.
It's missing stuff as well from Fallout 3.
Yeah, I don't really notice anything missing. It's more like the aspect of it when they were like saying something new, build your own settlements. I find it so frustrating. You don't have to do it, but it's when you're like, I'm a bit OCD, so when you put a plank down and you put another plank down, and it starts like then eventually floating off into midair because it's not a level ground. I'm like, just create a Sims-style building system for the construction, where it's a bird's eye view looking down, everything like that. That would be
You're
so much
doing it
better.
wrong.
But then you'd want a flattened landscape as well, would you, Rod?
Yeah, like in
That'd be
like
good.
post-apocalyptic situation, I want diggers. I want like, a full construction system.
But quiet machinery.
Well, yeah, that's one too.
Yeah.
We're advanced, of course.
Yeah.
And have a full system going because it's like we've got laser freaking guns, but we can't level out that freaking rock. Like, nope, it's there forever.
You
Yeah.
could try nuking it. It probably still wouldn't move though, would it?
Everything else is gone. Everybody died, but it'd be like, rock is still my steps are not level. Anyway, so yeah, for 2015 Game of the Year, Tom Simpson is Telltale Games, Tales of the Borderlands.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, trying to say that too fair when you're drunk.